continuation of continuity equation. We know the continuity equation area into velocity. So from which we can find out the diameter of the pipe and what will be the velocity we can acquire. So from which we can derive the Bernoulli's equation or Bernoulli's theorem, so whatever may be. Actually it stated steady flow. The steady flow means the timing as well as the pressure and velocity of the fluid, it will be uniform, or with respect to time or with respect to place, it have in an uniform in its movement. So that's called as a steady flow. There is no deviations or ups and downs or any kind of disturbance in their flow. Ideal flow it's an imaginary fluid flow. Of an incompressible, we are very familiar with incompressible fluid. The density of the system, we keep it as constant. That only we can analyze very easily. It should be ensured. The total energy at any point of the fluid is constant. So total energy should be mentioned as constant one. The total energy consists of pressure energy, kinetic energy and daytime energy. So we can call it as pressure energy instead of pressure head, velocity head, then datum head. Mathematically, Banalis equation written as, so the pressure energy, although pressure head, summation of velocity head, summation of datum head is equal to constant. And we can simply say energy constants at all. Here the pressure head or pressure energy, pressure divided by rho into g. So rho, it specifies density, g is the acceleration due to gravity. So this is pressure head or pressure energy, you can say. Then kinetic energy. The kinetic energy or kinetic head is equal to v square by 2g. So v, it specifies the velocity of the fluid flow. Then g, it specifies the acceleration due to gravity of the fluid flow. Then datum head z. So the datum, it means that, so what will be the height from the ground level. So that is the datum. Okay, it simply what is the center of the pipe to the horizontal surface. So these are the things called as datum head, or we can say datum energies. So what are some assumptions to be considered in Bernoulli's equations? So the fluid is ideal. The fluid should be steady. Then it should be incompressible. Then it should be irrotational. It should not rotate on a particular point. It should be in a flow manner. There is no any rotational forces at all. That should be ensured must. So the Euler equation for Banalis equation, the equation of motion in which forces due to gravity and pressure are taken into account or considerations, consider a small element of fluid of cross-sectional area and length as shown. Take BB the pressure acting in the direction. So pressure into dA in the small section. Then existing force, the pressure change with respect to distance. So dP by ds. Since the particle 1 and particle 2 are apart, the difference of pressure between 1 and 2 at any given instant. So dP by ds, dou P by dou S into ds. So final pressure at section 2 is pressure plus dou P plus dou S into ds. So force at 2 is equal to pressure plus dou P plus dou S into ds into dA. So it replaces the pressure. The force and the fluid in the direction of flow. So F is equal to mass of fluid into acceleration of fluid. Okay. So from which we can find out the velocities, changes in velocities. So finally we can get the what we acquired in the Banalis equation. The same thing will be observed here. Then applications, what are the applications utilized in Banalis equation means venturimeter, orifice meter, pitot tube. So venturimeter. So venturimeter you'd have so the three application of the Banalis equation utilized for the analysis of rate of flows. So the venturimeter also utilized to analyze the rate of flow. The orifice meter utilized to rate of flow. Then pitot tube also utilized to analyze the rate of flow. So that's why we are frequently using the Banalis equations. That should be ensured much. Okay. So when the analysis of Banalis equation, we have to ensure the properties as well as the characteristics of the fluids. That should be ensured. Then only we can attain the maximum amount of resultant in an efficient way. That should be ensured. Then, so the terms should be identified and utilized in particular applications. It's in a right way.